For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and today I'm going to be reacting to the brand new pops that Funko released for Funkoween 2021. So if I were to take a guess, I'm gonna bet that all of you out there, that's right, the person watching this right now, I'm sure you've at least once, or probably even a couple times, heard of the company Funko. Now, if you haven't, Funko is basically a toy manufacturer who creates a couple different brands of toys, but their most popular and best-selling is the pop vinyls that they create. Now, basically, these pop figures are little tiny characters that they make of a whole bunch of different characters. These can be from TV shows, movies, books, a whole bunch of real life characters. Funko makes a whole bunch of these little characters called pops of a whole bunch of different, whether it's fictional or non-fictional characters, and then they make them into these cute little figures that are collectible items. Now, they've done so many. Personally, I have a collection of horror pops, and maybe even you watching, maybe you even have a collection of pops. If so, let me know what you have. But I have a collection of horror pops, and just recently, within the last couple of days, Funko released their lineup of Funkoween, translation, what they will be releasing for the Halloween 2021 season, and what different horror and spooky characters they'll have for this upcoming Halloween season. So today, I wanted to share with you my top 5 things that I am looking forward to for Funko to release for 2021 that was just released for Funkoween. So let's take a look at the first pop. So the first pop that I wanted to take a look at that was released for Funkoween 2021 was a Leatherface prop. Now, I know if you're a Funko fan or someone who follows what Funko releases, you're probably, a little confused. You're like, Leatherface, wait, that sounds familiar. Well, it should, because Funko actually has released a Leatherface pop before, and I actually own it. It's out of the frame, so you can't see it. But they have come out with a Leatherface, and I'll show that somewhere on the screen. Well, Funko released that for Funkoween 2021. They actually redesigned Leatherface and remodeled him. They did a brand new sculpt of it and a brand new paint job, and are releasing a brand new kind of redesigned Leatherface pop. Now, I want to say right off the bat, I actually like this Leatherface a lot more than the original, because I think this one is a lot more detailed and a lot more accurate. Going into detail, as you can see, compared to the original, on this brand new one, they actually put stitches around his mask, which I think is pretty cool, because they redid the sculpt on this entire figure, but one of the things I think they really focused on was redoing the mask on this Leatherface. So as you can see, they actually made the stitches around the mask a lot more prominent. They made where you can actually see them and made them a kind of metallic-y / shiny black color, which I think is really cool, because on the original Leatherface, he didn't really have these stitches, so this one makes it look more like he's actually wearing a mask instead of just his face. So I think that's really, really cool. His apron and chainsaw features a little bit of blood, which I think is pretty cool too. It makes it a lot more accurate to the original Texas Chainsaw. I like his position too. He's holding the chainsaw and it's kind of pointing to the ground. He has little hands, and I think the chainsaw looks great. There's a lot of paint job in the chainsaw there. I really like how it's yellow and has those black markings. He has some purple / darkish blue pants, which again is very accurate to what he looks like in the movie, so I'm glad they did that. One of my favorite things about this pop, though, and I think something that makes him look a lot realistic, is that they even included the little metal pieces. I don't even know what you really call them, like bridges, kind of. The little metal pieces that are in the mouth of the mask. This looks really, really cool, because in the movie, the mask Texas Chainsaw has some metal pieces in the mouth to kind of keep the mouth as a movable shape. Well, in this pop, they actually included little metal pieces, which I think is really cool, and you can see his lips and his chipped up teeth, and I think that's a really, really cool detail. And overall, I think this brand new Leatherface is a lot better than the original Leatherface, and I hope to pick this one up, because this one came out really, really cool. It's super detailed, very accurate, and I do like it more than the original Leatherface that they released a couple years ago. Now let's take a look at the next Funko figure. So the next Funkoween 2021 figure I wanted to take a look at was the alien from They Live. So if you don't know, I'm actually a huge fan of the classic film, the horror film, They Live, which features a bunch of aliens basically aliens that you can only see if you're wearing these glasses. I'm such a huge fan of this movie, so obviously I was very excited to see that Funko actually announced that for Halloween 2021, they will be releasing an alien from They Live. So I think this pop came out absolutely fantastic. It's super detailed, very accurate to the movie, and there's a lot of stuff to unpack with it, so let's get started. First of all, I want to say that the face on this pop is so cool and so detailed, and it really does look very authentic to the movie They Live. I love how it has all those red markings, just as it does in the movie. The blue is very bright, the red is very bright, and you can see his teeth there. I really like how the teeth are kind of divided from the face, exactly how they are in the movie, where they're kind of, it looks like they're torn out from the skin, which I think is really cool. The teeth have a lot of detailing, because he kind of has red gums at the top, but then he has more yellowish gums at the bottom, which I think is pretty cool. They're painted very well. One of the things I want to say too is that the hair on this looks really cool, because they did a lot of detailing in the hair to make sure it has some levels in there. But one of my other favorite things was it is painted blonde, but then on the top it actually has another coat of like a very bright or a kind of toned down blue color, which I think is pretty cool, because it kind of adds some texturing. It adds a different kind of I can only describe it as texture, because there are two different colors used in the hair, and it really makes the hair pop and make it look realistic. Another thing I want to talk about is how detailed the newspaper he's holding and the suit is. Now, if you don't know, in the movie They Live, they are reading newspapers, which have a bunch of writing when you see them in the glasses, and I really like how the newspaper is very detailed that he's holding, and you can actually read the headline, which I think is pretty cool. And the suit that he's wearing is also very detailed. He has a little piece of red paper in the top pocket. He has a blue kind of bow tie in there, and I love how the suit really does look like it has wrinkles, and it really does look like it's made out of leather. Overall, I think this alien from They Live is super detailed. It looks great, and it really is authentic to the movie They Live, and it is a kind of a cute representation of the alien. That's why I think they did an amazing job on the alien for Funkoween 2021. Now let's take a look at the next pop figure. So the next pop figure that I wanted to take a look at that was released for Funkoween 2021 was the Curse of La Llorona pop. Now, if you don't know, the Curse of La Llorona is a horror movie that I want to say came out in 2018 or 2019. I'm blanking. I'll put the year that it came out somewhere on the screen, but I want to say 2018 or 2019. And basically, it is this lady who wears a wedding dress, and it comes out of the water. Very spooky. It's a good movie. I recommend it if you want to check it out. Well, they made a pop of it for Funkoween 2021, and I think this came out also very fantastic. So I want to say, first of all, there are two versions of this Curse of La Llorona pop. If you're not familiar with Funko, with some pops, they'll actually come out with a regular version and one that is called a chase version. Basically, the chase is a more rare one. Let's say you have a 1 in 6 chance of getting it. It's more rare, and people look for it, and it's a lot more valuable because it is harder to find, and it's normally different. So I want to say the regular version of this that you can kind of find anywhere, it has that classic, the wedding dress that the character wears in the movie. But the thing that I really like about this is that the veil is actually see-through, just as it is in the movie. And I really am interested to see how Funko actually created that effect, where you can actually see through the veil and onto her face. I wonder how they did that, because it's just plastic, but it looks really cool. Under that see-through veil, you can see her face. She has some tears coming down, dark blue eyes, and she has that wet hair that she also has in the movie. Another thing I really like about it is that the wedding dress is also very grimy and very dirty looking. It looks like it's wet. It looks like she's been in the mud, or she's been, it looks all dirty, which I think is really cool, very accurate to the movie, and her hands are kind of to her side there. But again, I really like how the tears look too. I think the tears look really cool on the regular version, and they're kind of like going off the face, which I think is pretty cool, and her eyes are only half open. On the harder to find chase version, she actually has her hands outward, like trying to grab you. She has yellow eyes instead of them being a dark blue. They are also halfway open. She has some mad eyebrows. And instead of being the veil on her face, the veil actually goes to the side, which is pretty interesting. And you can actually see the hair a little better, and it doesn't seem to be as wet. I think that's pretty cool, but I have to say, I actually probably like the regular version more than the chase one, because I think I like the veil covering her face and the darker eyes more than the veil not covering her face and the yellow eyes. I don't know. I just like the regular one more for this one. And I think it's cooler to have her arms to the side. But either way, I think both are cool, but I'd probably have to go with the original version on this one. But let me know which one do you like more. I'd have to go with the original. Now let's take a look at the next pop figure. So the next Funko Pop that I want to take a look at that was revealed to be released at some point for Funkoween 2021 was the Michael Myers. Now again, if you're a Funko fan similar to the Leatherface, you're probably thinking, wait, there was a Michael Myers Pop. Well, you're right, there was a Michael Myers pop a few years ago. I'll show the original somewhere on the screen here. Well, similar to what they did with the Leatherface, Funko has actually redesigned the Michael Myers, given him a new stance, redesigned the mask, gave him a brand new sculpt, and for Funkoween 2021, they're releasing a brand new Michael Myers that is brand new and a new version of, a new vision, say, of the Funko Michael Myers. Now, I have to say, I actually really like how this one came out, too. They gave him a new stance, which is interesting. If you compare this new one to the original, I'll have to say, the original has an awkward stance, and I have the original, but it is sort of strange looking because he's kind of in this weird position where his knees are bent and his arms are kind of to the side, but it looks a little weird. I really like what they did with this new one because it looks a lot more organic, and I like how he's kind of standing to the side there. His knife is pointing upward, he's standing to the side kind of, but he's looking forward and his body is to the side of you, which I think is actually really, really cool, and it comes off with a cool effect how he stands. And I like how his hand is kind of in a cool position where his fingers are in different spots. I really like how his stance looks. I'm not a huge fan of what the mask looks like on this brand new Michael Myers because I feel like you can see too much of his eyes for some reason. I shouldn't be able to see the skin of him. We should only be able to see those black eyes. Yeah, for some reason, I'm not liking the mask on it. It's just a little off. I feel like I like the mask on the original more, but I like the body on the new one more. So I don't know. It's kind of like a toss-up between these two. The one thing I'll say, too, I like the hair on the new one a lot more because on the original, it was kind of all one brown color and it really had no texturing. This new one actually has some shape in it. It's kind of pointy, and they use multiple brown colors to kind of texture it in and make it look more like Michael's hair. So I do like the hair on this new one more. Now, similar to what they did with the La Llorona Pop, there's an original one that you'll be able to find anywhere, and an Amazon exclusive, which of course is exclusive to Amazon. The Amazon exclusive features some blood on his cover overalls and some blood on the knife. Now, I don't know what I think about this because Michael never features. He never has blood on his cover overalls in any of the movies. He might in the Rob Zombie. But in the regular Halloween movies, there's never blood on his cover overalls. So it's sort of strange to see a Michael Myers pop that has blood on it. But either way, even just for a pop figure, I think it looks cool to see him have blood on the outfit and blood on his knife. So I actually think I like the Amazon exclusive more than the original. But again, both of them are cool. The Amazon just features a little bit of blood on him, while the original doesn't. But either way, I do like this new Michael Myers, and I think it's a cool addition to the Funkoween 2021 series. Now let's take a look at the next Funkoween 2021 pop figure. So the next Funkoween 2021 pop I want to take a look at is one that I think is so cool. Probably my favorite out of this entire lot. Because I think it's absolutely fantastic all around. And of course, I have to be talking about the Trick or Treat Sam unmasked figure. Now, I think this thing is so cool all around. But again, similar to the Michael Myers and Leatherface, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, there has been a Trick or Treat Sam figure before. And you're right, there has. There's actually been a couple Trick or Treat Sam figures from Funko. I'll show a couple of them on the screen here. Well, for Funkoween 2021, there's a brand new one being released, and for the first time ever, it is Sam without his mask on. So if you've seen Trick or Treat, you'll probably know that at the end of the film, Sam actually gets his mask taken off, and you can see that very creepy alien-like pumpkin that he actually is under his sack head. Well, for the first Funko Pop, they are releasing a figure that actually has the sack off, and it just has that pumpkin head. Now, I think this figure is absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite things about it is similar to the Michael Myers. He actually is a kind of standing to the side there. One of his hands is up holding that classic lollipop that he sports, and the other one is kind of lower with his hand, with his thumb up and his fingers to the side. I really like his stance because I think it looks really, really cool. But my favorite thing about this is his pumpkin head because I absolutely love the stitches that you can see all over it. He has those silver stitches, he has those black eyes, and I love how his mouth is kind of in a grin there, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. He has those BD Pop classic black eyes. I love those the orange X's that he has in his eyes, and he kind of has that orange markings also behind the eyeballs, which I think is really, really cool. And just the sculpt on his pumpkin head is so well done. I love the texturing on it. I think it's painted really well, and I absolutely love what they do with this. His outfit has the patchwork as it does in the movie, those 2 yellow patchwork spots. And as I call it, he has the socks on his outfit there, those silver little feet parts that come out of his outfit. And then on his actual outfit, it is orange and wrinkly, which looks exactly accurate to how it does in the movie. And overall, this is such a cool figure. I absolutely love his head is all wrinkled up. I love he has that kind of grin, and it feels like his eyes are looking into your soul. I love the stance he's in. I loved how that the lollipop looks, and I think this is an absolutely fantastic figure for Funkoween 2021. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up my video taking a look at my top 5 figures from Funkoween that Funko released to be released at some point for Halloween 2021. So let's cut to the outro. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up my video of taking a look at the top 5 figures that I am most looking forward to from Funkoween's / Funko's Halloween 2021 lineup. Again, overall, I think they did an amazing job this year on Funkoween, and I just want to mention, there are a couple other figures that got released, ones that I weren't giant fans of. Today, I wanted to share with you my top 5 that I thought were the best, but again, there were some other ones that I didn't talk about today. I only wanted to share with you the ones that I really enjoyed and thought they were super cool, and hopefully I get to pick up these figures for Halloween 2021 because I think they are awesome all around, and I can't wait to see them in person at my local stores. Right now, we don't know when these figures are going to be released. Funko hasn't said that. They aren't purchasable right now. We just have their official photos. Maybe they get released in the next couple weeks. Maybe it's around Halloween. We really have no idea right now. We only have their official photos, and their pre-order is really mysterious when it will end up going up. But I hope it's soon because these figures are absolutely fantastic, and Funko did a really, really good job for Halloween 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I'll see you guys later for more spooky videos. Goodbye.